Hey there, I'm Sarah. Welcome to AI Spark. Today, we're going to explore how to create miniature animations like these. I'll guide you through the process step by step, so even if you're just starting out, you'll be able to follow along easily. In just 5 simple steps, you'll have a short video ready to publish. Step 1. First, we need to generate ideas and image prompts for our video. Go to ChatGPT and ask for help. You can use a prompt similar to the one on screen. Just adjust it to fit the theme you want to generate images for. It could be food, beauty, health, miniature ecosystems, surreal microworlds, or anything else you can think of. For this example, I chose beauty as my theme. Now, we ask ChatGPT to transform these ideas into image prompts that can be used in Leonardo AI, Midjourney, or any other AI image generator. Once we have our prompts, we're ready to move on to the next step. Step 2. Now, we move over to any AI image generator you prefer. You can use Midjourney, Piclumen, FreePic, or whichever is your favorite. I personally like Leonardo AI, so we'll start there. You can choose between image or flow state. I go with flow state because it provides multiple images in different styles to choose from, giving me more options while using minimal credits, just 1 token per image. If scroll to generate is enabled, new images will continue generating as you scroll, costing credits each time. I keep this setting turned off since the 8 images we receive with 1 click are usually enough. Choose the right image dimension for the video you are going to make. Then paste in one of the prompts from ChatGPT and click Generate. I like this one the best, so I download it to my computer. Remember that when using flow state, images are not saved automatically. If you click Generate again, the previous images will be replaced, so be sure to save the ones you like before proceeding. Now, continue with the next image prompt from ChatGPT. I like this one the best, so I download it to my computer. Continue to generate all the images that you need for your video. When you are done, we are ready to move to the next step. Step 3. Now it's time to generate the animations. We'll do this by taking the images we just created and bringing them to life using an AI video generator. There are many to choose from, and all works more or less the same, so just choose the one you like the best. We'll start with Hailuo AI, where you can generate 3 videos for free every day. Click on Create Video. Then click to upload one of the images that you created in the previous step. After that, you want to describe what you want to happen in the image. It doesn't have to be complicated, just outline the key action. You can also choose a camera movement by clicking this little icon. There are several to choose from, but you can also write your own camera description if you like. I'll go with static shot since I want the camera to stay still. After that, you click to generate the animation. It will take a while, but you can continue with the other images while you wait. I will also show how you do this in Kling AI, another one of my favorite AI generators. They give you 166 free credits every month. Click on Video. Make sure you are on the Image to Video page. Then upload one of your images. Describe what you want to animate, and if you want, specify a camera movement. Decide if you want a 5 or 10-second video, and then click Generate. If you are on the free plan, you now have to wait until the animation is ready before you can generate another one. But if you're on a paid plan, you can continue with the next image right away. Step 4. Now it's time to check the results of the animations. If we begin with Hailuo, we can see that this video, although really cute, looks a bit silly. Oh, how they polish. Maybe that's fine. Or maybe you think it needs improvement. You can always try regenerating with a different prompt to see if you get a better result. Let's look at another. This one is okay, I think. This is also okay. Now let's look at the result from Kling AI. This looks great. Even though I asked for no camera movement, it still turned out okay. Once you're happy with the animations, download them all to your computer. Now we need some sound effects and background music. There are lots of places where you can find those. Just make sure to check the license before downloading to ensure you're allowed to use them as needed. I went to Pixabay and clicked on sound effects and searched for workers working. I think I'll choose this one. If we open it in a new tab, we can clearly see that it's free for use under the Pixabay content license. Let's take a quick look at the license details. Okay, it's free to use, and giving credit to the creator is not required, though it's always appreciated. Now, let's go back and download the sound effect. Now let's search for another sound for our animation. We need something for the animation where the nail polish pours out from the bottle. Let's search for sounds of pouring liquid. I will go with this one. Lastly, we need some background music. Switch over to music and search for background music. Take your time and choose one you think will fit the mood of the video you're going to make. So now that we have all the animations, sound effects, and background music, we are finally ready for the last step where we put it all together in a video editing software. I personally use the free CapCut version, but feel free to use whatever software you like. Step 5. Now, I'm going to show you how we can put the animated clips together in CapCut. Start by importing all the necessary files, your animations, music, and sound effects. Place the first animation on the timeline by clicking the plus sign on it. Scale up the size slightly to remove the watermark if you need to. If your animation doesn't have a watermark, or you don't mind keeping it, you can skip this step. But if you have a watermark you want to hide, simply scale up the size a little and move the animation down slightly, and the problem is solved. Super easy, right? Then copy and paste the animation on the timeline, placing the duplicate next to the original clip. Then we click this button to reverse this clip so it plays backwards. This is a little trick I use a lot. When you use an AI generator, you usually only get 5 or 10-second long clips. An easy way to make them longer is to duplicate them and reverse every other clip. It doesn't work for all animations, but for many this is a great trick. Let's take a look at the transition between the two clips. Perfect. If you want a longer video, you could keep adding the same clips multiple times and just reverse every other ones, and you could have a really long video in the end. But for this demonstration, I think this is enough. Let's add another animation to our video. Place your cursor at the end of the last clip on the timeline, and then click on the plus sign on the next animation to place it on the timeline. Let's scale it up a little and move it down to hide the watermark. Place your cursor again at the end of the timeline, and click the plus sign on the next animation you want to add. And again, we scale it up and move it down to hide the watermark. Then we right-click on the clip and copy it, and then paste it on the timeline to make the video longer. Then we reverse it. After that, we can check if we need a transition between the clips. Yes, I think they do. Place your cursor between the clips where you want the transition. Then click on Transitions. As you can see, you have a lot of options. I like to keep it simple, so I'll go with the black fade, but you can play around with the different options and find the ones that suits your video the best. I think this looks great. I'll add another black fade transition between the other two clips. Now it's time to start adding some sounds to our video. Place your cursor at the beginning of the timeline, then click on the plus sign on the sound effect you want to use. Let's listen to it. I want to use the same sound on the first and the last animation, so I place my cursor on the timeline where the first clip ends. I then click on Split, which divides the sound clip in two parts. I can now move the second part so it lines up with the start of the third animation. Click and drag the end of the sound clip to match the animation length. Now I take my other sound effect and click on it and drag it to the timeline where I want it to start. I will adjust the speed to make it slower for a better fit. Then I split the sound and erase the part I don't need. Let's listen to the sound. Yeah, that works. Now, move the cursor back to the beginning of the timeline and add the background music. Cut away the part you don't need. Then, if you want, you can add a fade in or fade out to the music. Now, let's watch the final result. That's it. That wasn't so hard, was it? Now you know how to create these miniature animations, and now it's your turn to start creating. If you want to share your work, drop a link in the comments so I and others can check it out. Even if you just do one image and one animation, you can loop it and get a 30-second long video. That's all it takes to get started. That's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future tips, tools, and tutorials. And remember, all it takes is one spark to change everything. See you in the next video.